Hi moms, from all of us here at Amare Global, we want to say welcome and thank you for joining us at the I Am Mom Summit. We are so excited and proud to be co-sponsoring this event to bring you the content, the type of information that might be able to make a difference in your life and the lives of your families. At Amare Global, we are the mental wellness company. We provide natural solutions to the mental wellness challenges of the day, and we certainly encourage you to come and visit us when you get a chance. But for now, it's on to the next great speaker. We hope you enjoy it.
Hi everybody, my name is Michelle Pearson and welcome to today's video. I'm super excited to be talking with you guys and being a part of this I Am a Mom Summit because I'm really passionate about reaching out to other moms out there. I want to tell you guys a little bit about myself and then we're going to get into the topic. We are going to be talking about postpartum depression. I just wanted to introduce myself first. If you guys have never heard of me or if you guys don't know what I'm doing, my name is Michelle Pearson. I am a mommy of 5. My oldest is 7. So I have a 7-year-old named Will, a 5-year-old named Max, a 2-year-old named Molly, and then twins, Abby and Margot, and they are 10 months old. I have been on YouTube for almost 7 years now, and I have had a mommy channel for that amount of time. I do Instagram, I do social media, all that kind of stuff. And I just like to share things that I've learned and share my journey with being a mom. And my most important thing that I like to share is just the realness of my life. And I like to talk about taboo topics. I like to talk about real life feelings and experiences. I truly believe that social media can be a positive thing. And I know for some people it can be a negative thing, but I try my best to help you guys be uplifted, to help you guys learn, and to help you guys be motivated so you guys can be the best moms ever. So I wanted to talk about postpartum depression today. It's something that is really, really close to my heart because it's something that I've experienced multiple times. And sadly, it's something that a lot of women experience. And I wanted this to be super casual, and I was going to sit down and have it all bullet pointed and have it like perfectly written out in a speech. But I just wanted to do it how I do my videos on my channel, super casual. I just want it to be like we're talking, we're girlfriends hanging out, and that's how I want it to be. I wanted to give you guys some facts about postpartum depression, some symptoms, and tell you guys my experience. And then also I wanted to tell you guys how to get the help that you need and share with you guys how I got the help I needed and how it helped me. So let's get started with postpartum depression. It's something that a lot of people don't talk about, and this upsets me greatly because it is something that affects so many women. We're talking hundreds of thousands of women a year suffer from it, and a large portion of those women do not get diagnosed and they do not get the help that they need for a lot of different reasons, whether their partner doesn't understand and isn't willing to help, or they think that it's failing if they admit that they have it, or a lot of times women just don't even realize that they have it because they're in the thick of it. They're like trying to adjust to a new baby, they have other children, they have jobs, they have a lot of stuff going on. Sometimes we don't even realize that we have it. So I want to help you guys today understand postpartum depression to the best of my ability. I am not a doctor, nothing like that, but I have gone through it multiple times. I have had a lot of friends and close family members go through it, and so I feel like I've had a pretty well-rounded experience, and so I wanted to share with you guys things that I've learned, things that have helped me get through it, things that have helped me overcome postpartum depression. So first I wanted to share with you guys kind of my experience with postpartum depression. I have suffered from depression, just regular depression, throughout my life. It runs in my family. My grandma had it really bad. I have lots of members of my family that have it. It's just one of those things, unfortunately, that runs in my family. When I was pregnant with my third, so my first daughter, but my third child, I started getting horrible anxiety attacks. Anxiety attacks that I had never experienced before. I couldn't sleep, I was restless, I was super depressed, so I decided to start going to a therapist. And this is something I'm very big on as well, and I have a lot of videos on my YouTube channel about therapy because I believe everyone should have a therapist. Everyone needs someone to listen with an unbiased opinion. It changed my life. My therapist was great. I told her I didn't want to be on medication or anything because I didn't want to feel like I was a slave to the medicine. I wanted to be able to feel emotions, all of that. This was about 3 years ago that I started seeing her. She was great. She changed my life. Heather, I love you. Thank you for helping me through that time in my life. After I had Molly, which is my daughter, we moved, my work started picking up, I started feeling super overwhelmed again, and a lot of the same anxiety and same emotions started coming back. And once again, I just thought, oh, it's because I'm stressed because I have a lot of work going on. But then it hit me about 7 or 8 months postpartum, which is something that is very, very interesting because postpartum depression doesn't necessarily hit you right away. It can be a slow, gradual thing. So I was about 8 months postpartum and I started realizing that I had postpartum depression. This wasn't just, a regular like, oh, I have the baby blues, or I'm kind of bummed, I'm kind of sad about little things here or there. I had full on postpartum depression. I was not happy. I was not enjoying my life. I was not enjoying my family. I was not enjoying my friends or my job. Nothing was making me happy when it was normally things that would make me super happy and super overjoyed. Fast forward a year or so when I was pregnant with my twins. It was a horrible pregnancy. I must admit, I couldn't work out. I couldn't see anyone really. I just felt like a blob. I felt miserable. And I knew I had antepartum depression, which was depression during pregnancy. That was really difficult. And I knew that I needed to pay attention to myself after I had the twins, because it was going to be a very overwhelming shift in my life where I was going to have 5 kids under the age of 6. And I knew it was going to be hard. So I knew that I had to be aware of the symptoms. Well, after the twins came, life was insane. It was insane. We did not sleep a lot. I felt very isolated because I couldn't leave my house. I couldn't see people. It was just a very, very difficult time. I was 200 pounds when I gave birth, and I came home from the hospital and I was still 200 pounds. So I was just very large and uncomfortable, and I didn't recognize myself. I didn't know what this new life was going to be for me. And I was having a really hard time, basically. And about 5 weeks postpartum, after the twins, I started having some scary, scary thoughts. And I haven't talked to a lot of people about this, but I started thinking about maybe taking my own life because I was just gone. I didn't feel a connection with my twins. I felt very removed from everyone, from my children, and I just kind of felt like a slave. I felt no joy. When I had the most adorable children, they were so sweet and they were so perfect, and I had everything I had ever wanted. I had an awesome job, an awesome family, beautiful children, and an incredible husband who was supportive. We live in an awesome neighborhood and a beautiful house, but I was not happy and I didn't want to be here anymore. And that's when I realized I needed to get help. And so I woke up my husband and I told him I'm scaring myself because I'm having these thoughts of what can I do so that I don't have to be here anymore. I'm just too overwhelmed with all these feelings and all these emotions. So then thankfully the next week I had my 6-week checkup with my OBGYN, and I almost didn't say anything, but he asked me, how are you doing? And I told him, I'm kind of scaring myself here. I'm having these really dark thoughts, and I would like to talk to you about getting on some medication, which was something that I had never wanted to do before because I didn't want to be a slave to medication, and I didn't want to be happy just because of medication. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are nodding your head because you feel the same way. I told him all of my concerns and he listened, and he said, we can put you on Zoloft. And I told him I don't want to be on a heavy dose. I just kind of want to see. I'm kind of scared to take medicine. I don't want to rely on it, all of this stuff. He put me on a really low dosage. I take it every other day, and I am 10 months postpartum, and I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. And I tell you this because I want to let you know that there is hope. You can get better. You can feel better. What worked for me may not work for everyone. I remember a couple weeks into taking Zoloft, it's like something clicked inside of me, and I was so happy that I just started sobbing. And I told my husband, I haven't been this way in years. I have not felt this happy in years. And it made me realize I should have probably gotten on medication after I had my daughter, and that would have helped me tremendously, because sometimes you just need that balance, that hormonal balance. No amount of working out or eating healthy or being positive is going to change some of those hormonal imbalances. Now, some people have more intense imbalances and need different kinds of medications. Everybody is different, but I can tell you, no matter where you are at with your postpartum depression, you can always find some sort of help from somewhere. So we'll talk about that at the end, but I wanted to share with you guys my personal experience. So after I had that medication and I felt like a new person, I felt like I could get so much done. I felt like myself again. And I have made it my mission to talk about postpartum depression with everyone I know. And every time I have a friend that has a child, I make sure to check up on them all of the time. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Are you feeling okay? Are you happy? Are you tired? Are you exhausted? Are you lonely? Tell me what's going on. I want women to be aware of it because it can be so scary. And I've heard some really, really tragic stories of women who have suffered from postpartum depression and have lost their lives because of it. And so I want to do everything in my power on all of my social media platforms to make women aware of it, to make women aware of it enough that they're not ashamed, because it's nothing to be ashamed of. It is so common and it's nothing that you can help most of the time. Like I said, it's a hormonal imbalance. So I want to share with you guys some of the symptoms of how you can know if you have postpartum depression. You can Google it. There's lots of different websites that talk about it, but these are some of the ones that I started realizing and checking off in my head. Fatigue, feeling sad, hopeless, and or overwhelmed, trouble sleeping and eating, feelings of guilt and worthlessness, losing interest in things that you used to enjoy, withdrawing from family and friends, no interest in your baby, and thoughts of hurting yourself or your baby. If you are having any of these signs or symptoms, talk to your spouse, talk to your mom, talk to your best friend, talk to your doctor immediately. There is nothing to be embarrassed about. There's nothing to be ashamed of. This is something that happens all the time, and sadly a lot of women don't get the help because, like I talked about earlier, they don't recognize it, they don't know how to get the help, but they're also just embarrassed. I remember kind of feeling defeated when I asked my doctor for medicine, as if I had failed somehow, and so I just kind of had to give up control. But I was telling a friend about this the other day, that I don't believe that medicine is controlling me. I believe that it's balancing me, and I'm very aware of my feelings and emotions. I feel like I got the right dose. And obviously everybody's situation is different of what dose they need. And I never wanted to feel numb. I still wanted to cry. I still wanted to feel joy. And so thankfully I feel like my doctor found like a good mix for me. But I wanted to let you know that you need to talk to someone about it. And half of the time we don't even realize that we're suffering from it. So we need to talk to someone who has had it. And I feel like a lot more people nowadays are more open about it because it is something that's, I'm trying to make it not as taboo. And I hope you guys can help me. Be aware of those around you who are having children, those that you can tell are suffering in some way, shape, or form, to reach out to them and to let them know that you love them. And most importantly, if you are feeling any of these feelings, to get help immediately. You can go onto Google and search postpartum depression help. You can call your doctor. There's a lot of websites. There are a lot of phone numbers that you can call. One of the websites that I found that was super helpful was 1-800-PPDmoms.org, and another one was postpartum.net. Both of them had support groups, phone numbers, and you could also talk to experts to help you out. I think the most important things that I want you guys to take away from this is that it is normal. There's nothing wrong with you. There's always help available. Don't be afraid to ask. And lastly, you can get better. You can feel better and you can be happy again, because I know that when we are in the thick of motherhood, it can be exhausting. And when you're tired, you will think things and say things and do things that you normally wouldn't do. And that's what's scary about postpartum depression, is it can be very dangerous if you don't get it taken care of, because you're not thinking the right state of mind because you're so exhausted and you're trying to adjust to a new norm in your life. So I wanted to reach out to you moms or anyone out there watching to let you know that postpartum depression can be overcome. It can be treated. It is normal. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be afraid to reach out to loved ones. Know that it is possible to feel better and to feel happy and to feel yourself again after children. I think that's the most important thing, is we can't help our children, help our families if we don't help ourselves. And it's most important to take care of our mental health so that we can take care of everybody else's health, because as moms, that's kind of what we do. We're here to help everyone in their lives, in our family, to raise them and to teach them. So I think it's most important to take care of ourselves first. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. Once again, my name is Michelle Pearson. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you found it informative, and we will see you guys later in another video another time. Bye.